Coach, congratulations, gentlemen. If we could have you start with an opening statement, Coach, and then we'll take questions from the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, just to kick it off, I mean, just so proud of our team. I mean, all that they've had to work through, all that they've been through. Not only throughout the course of this season, but for every young man that's been a part of the journey, the ones that have chosen to come, be a part of this family, the ones that have kind of been through it all. It was really special to be able to finish this year with our 10th win. Even in the way that it had to happen tonight, we had guys that went down. It was a back and forth game. There were some good moments and some really tough and challenging situations. But their heart is what showed up. They continued to fight, continued to believe. You did everything necessary to be able to finish the game, and securing that 10th win. And but like I told the team in that locker room, this team will not be remembered just because of a number. Right? It's going to be remembered by the way that they played, by the passion, by the character, by just the love that they have for each other. And it meant a lot for this team. It meant a lot for our program. And just so proud of every young man that's in that locker room. For our staff, the work that they've put in. Just in all ways. We got a tremendous administration. That there's been a lot of investment in helping us build, this program and to getting it back to where ultimately we all know that it needs to be. And but being able to support the players with those resources and their development and just the way that they've worked in all ways. I mean, it just truly is special. And I think tonight capped it off. And you see the joy, you see the excitement for what they've done and all the work they put in. So I'm just proud of our guys.
All right, if you have a question for Coach Jared or Jordan, you can raise your hand. We'll start right here in the front on the aisle. If we can get a mic over, Terry.
Mike, at the half, what did you tell the team? What was sort of the message, and what did you think about how they came out and approached the second half?
I just told them to keep playing, continue to believe, trust your eyes, trust what you see, go out there and execute with fundamentals and trust your training. And that's, just because things don't go the way that you want them to early, it means you don't always have to scrap a plan, or you don't always have to make these huge adjustments. You just got to continue to believe in what you're doing. And I thought our players went out there and executed at a very high level. We were able to get critical stops, creating a takeaway when we needed it. Offensively, the drive, I think it was a 15-play drive, 94, 95 yards. I mean, that was special, and that was a statement drive for how you respond. You got to give credit to OU. I mean, they played hard. I mean, they brought a lot of different pressures. They were able to attack in a variety of ways. We knew that was an explosive offense, especially with their skill position, at wide receiver. The young back, he's good, and I know he's good. The quarterback, did a great job in what they were doing, but ultimately our guys just continued to fight. And when we had to take the field one more time, our defense ended it the way it needed to be ended. And so just proud of this team. I want to give a shout out to Ryan as well. Ryan went through some challenges throughout the course of this year. And with whether it was confidence, whether it was things that he had to build back, he just continued to work day in and day out, and to be put on the stage in the moment, to need to make a field goal to put us up to go win the game, and he answered the call. So very proud of him as well.
All right, we got one in the back center, Melissa.
Right here, Melissa Thomas with Florida National News, back center. This question is for Jared and Jordan. What was the conversation in the locker room at halftime to kind of rally the guys together, kind of bring things up in the second half?
Honestly, it was no different than usual. We know who we are. We know our identity as a team. We work really hard. We work for situations like that. We work hard in the off season. We're made for times like that. And the guys stepped up. The defense came up big. Shout out to the offensive line, Johnny Wilson, Pokey, the running backs running hard. We couldn't do it without all of our guys. Special teams is big too. I feel like that gets overlooked a lot. Our special teams unit is really special. So it was a big time win for this football team.
Oh, my bad. Nah, it was definitely something like that. You know, we were in the locker room. I just came in smiling, and I looked at the defense, and they looked at me smiling back, and we were like, yeah, like, it's over with. Like, we know what we have to do. Offense is going to put points on the boards. Special teams is going to handle what they have to handle. Everything's going to be fine. We just have to stop them. I looked at the linebackers. I looked at the safeties, the cornerbacks, everybody, and they're just smiling. I'm like, yeah, it's over with.
Take one on the left here.
Coach, I'm not sure how many starters went down with injuries during the game, but it seemed like a lot. And then when Jasden went down at the end and the whole team came out to him, what was that moment like?
Well, I mean, it shows, Jazz is a young man that's been with our team for a year and really came in the summer. But he's a part of our family forever now. And when you see these guys they know the work, they know the investment. It's one thing to talk about investment when it comes to a football team, and everybody just thinks about lifting weights, practice, all the things that go on the field. When it's investment in who they are off the field, showing that, getting to know a teammate, building a relationship. When you see a guy that goes down, it hurts. I mean, it's well, I try to go out and see every one of them because this is a game that unfortunately that happens. But Jazz played his last game as a Florida State Seminole, but he'll forever be a Nole. And to see our team, embrace him, celebrate, after the game with him, he's sitting there on crutches and celebrating with him. I mean, I love the young man, and I'm grateful that I got an opportunity to coach him. And I think you saw the impact that he had on this team, right? Just in the way that they embraced, a very tough situation.
Got one down front here, one on the aisle, one on the corner. Doesn't matter.
All right, Jordan, how does it feel to represent Palm Beach County in this Cheez-It Bowl and be an MVP?
It's a blessing. Growing up in Palm Beach, it was so awesome. I was blessed. My family took care of me all the time. I didn't have to go through a lot with my brother always looking down on me and protecting me, my family, my parents, my sister. I mean, I'm so blessed to represent Palm Beach, but we're not done yet. This is just the beginning. We have another chapter. This is the end of the chapter of this year, but we still have a lot to do. I got a lot of plans for next year and a lot of goals. I can't wait.
A lot of work.
A lot of work too, 100%.
We're actually going to, can you pass that one up? We'll take the guy in front of you. Thank you. We'll take one there, one there, one there. Thank you.
Mike, we've seen the more ups, but the ups and downs with Johnny this season. But he's always been. I mean, you've always known the ability for him to have the game he did. I mean, when the offense really needed him tonight, what can you say about his performance?
No, it was great, and I think you see his growth, and I think back to the last regular season game. He had some challenging moments, in that game. But even on one of the last drive, he had a huge third down reception, and it showed that response. And then tonight to come out and played at such a high level, and it wasn't perfect, but it was he made some plays that were just spectacular. There was one of the third downs. I mean, he used every bit of that 6'7" body to go make an incredible catch, and then the long pass there on the final drive. Jordan put it in a remarkable place, hand fighting down the field, and to be able to snag it like he did was special. But I mean, he's a special player, and you need those players to rise up in those moments. And you see his growth as the season's progressed, and just excited for what the future holds for him and for this football team.
Going front row on the aisle.
Coach Caleb Brown, Brevard Sports Network. Congratulations on the win. We've now seen this program go from 3 to 5 to now double-digit wins for the first time since 2016. Where would you say the state of the program is in playing for a national championship? I
mean, we're getting better, and that's our objective. Is every day we go out on the field, or in the classroom, or whatever we're doing, and we want improvement. Right? I will put no limits to what we can accomplish as a team, and I was disappointed in some of the setbacks that we faced, earlier in the season. But these guys never stopped working. They never stopped believing. This is a special place. I mean, this is a remarkable program to be a part of, and it's not just the things of even the history in the past. I mean, it's the people. And when you get them around, the past players that have come around, and you see their support, you see their excitement, you see their joy. We represent them. We represent, that fan base that was out, that was special tonight. I mean, you look, we played in a couple of different places, going to New Orleans to kick off the season in a classic game, and the Knoll family showed up. Tonight in the bowl game, once again, the Knoll family showed up. I mean, this is a remarkable program to be a part of. But I get to coach guys like this, and I know that when I watch them work, when I watch them, what they pour into it, they're challenging themselves to be the best they can be. And for where we're going, I can promise you, there's great days ahead in Tallahassee. Right? The future is very bright for this program, but it's because of the people that we have. It's because of that that constant push to get better, and guys are just willing to fight the fight.
All right, we'll take one from Jamie, then Matt on the other side of Jamie, and then we'll keep moving.
Coach, you kind of talked about it. I'm just wondering, do you allow yourself to savor what just happened tonight and what happened throughout this season after, the struggles that you went through the first 2 years? But then Jordan mentions there's much more work to be done. So I'm just wondering, how much do you savor this? Oh,
absolutely. I mean, every experience is critical, for our journey. And, the highs, the lows, I mean, the good and the bad. I'm proud of this team. I'm so very proud of them. And, we get to sit back and see what they've been able to accomplish when many people didn't believe that they could. But I knew. And because I'm with them every day. I watch them work. I watch how much they care. This is a team that, they truly, they truly are a family. And, just like with family, there's days that, you squabble together. There's days that that there's the accountability part of it is it's hard. And there's a lot of other programs you can go to that'd probably be a lot easier. But it's what makes moments like this, worth savoring, because it's not just about the results of a game. I mean, yes, we can look up at a scoreboard and be really excited. I know what it took to get there. Right? I got to watch these guys whenever maybe people doubted them, or when maybe things weren't going exactly like they had hoped it had been. I know where we had to come through as a program. It was hard, but we know what's ahead, and it's gonna be work. That's why, Jordan said, there's no limits to what we can accomplish, because I know how these guys are going to work, and I know how I'm going to push them to make sure that we get to where ultimately I know that we can go.
All right, Matt, your turn.
Mike, when you think about back when you were talking with Jared there and you were talking about coming to Florida State and continuing his career, I mean, how special of a season has it been for him, and to see him, covered in glitter and begin this championship today? I mean, how does it feel? And Jared, for yourself, how does it feel, the journey you've taken to get to this point?
You want to go first? You want me?
Let's rock, paper, scissors for it.
What?
What? I'll go. Nah, it meant a lot, to finally, go out there, end the season the way we wanted it to. At the beginning of the season, we had a couple, hard losses that, we could have done this or that to be a little bit better. But, just the one thing I'm grateful for is Coach Norvell. He hasn't lied to me once. Like I said multiple times, he sat down with me and just told me he'd give me his best. He hasn't stopped since then. Like all today, all the first day I got here, every day since, he's given me his best. And I've tried my hardest to give him the same in return. So this is the best decision I've ever made in my life.
When you get to coach a young man like this, you don't have to search for his passion. It shows up. And I remember in the recruiting process, it was a fast recruiting process. But from the first time that I talked to him on the phone till the official visit when I was there in person, I just knew that this was the right fit for Florida State, because he wants to be great in everything that he does. Yes, it's fun watching number 5 go out there and sack the quarterback. Right? I watch how he competes in the classroom too. I watch how he competes in the weight room. I watch how he pours in and challenges teammates and pushes guys to be better than what maybe even they think they can be at times. Right? And when he made the decision to come to Florida State, I remember on that phone call, man, I'm not too proud to say, I was emotional in that moment, because it was real. There was no bull crap about it. It was about somebody that really went through the process and just said, I need to find the best fit where I can go and grow in every way. And, I think you see what, some of the things he's capable of. And I'm just going to tell you, he's just scratching the surface for where he can go. this young man has a special future in front of him because, yeah, good Lord blessed him with great ability, but he's got an unbelievable mind. He's got an unbelievable heart. And, like it's going to be fun to watch him continue to grow to what I know that potential is.
All right, we'll take two more. We got one in the third row center over here, Terry, and then we'll close right here.
Is that me? Hey, Jared, I wanted to follow up on that. You obviously had a decision to make if you even wanted to play in this game. How gratifying was it for you to play the way you did and have the sack that sealed it?
It was very gratifying. The whole game, they did a very good job containing me. That right tackle, I don't remember his name. He was very good. He clamped me up a couple times, but I was like, all right. And they, me, I love to talk. He was talking to me. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to get you. But just that last play, I remember vividly he looked at me. He said, you're not going to do nothing in the league. You're not going to make it to the league. And I looked at him. I said, watch this next play. And we got the sack. I think it was D-Lo was right there with me. And then we look at the clock, 3 seconds left, time running out. I started laughing at him. Quarterback trying to, hike the ball and everything. I'm like, it's over. We hear the buzz. Everybody started just screaming. But it's just, it was a great feeling.
That is impressive detail.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I hope you enjoyed that. That was awesome. I did.
Actually, two more. We'll do one down here and then one center in the third row there.
Question for you, Mike, and then Jordan, if you want to add on to this, be my guest. Pokey Wilson's a guy that's been in this program for many, many years, and with all the transfer talent that came in this year, there was obviously some more competition. Can you just talk about the development and the work ethic of Pokey, because he ended up having, I'm pretty sure statistically, his best season here at Florida State.
He is he's a wonderful player. Somebody that very versatile in his skill set. Has made so many big plays for us this year. But you trust the process of growth, and what competition's you're either gonna rise to it or you'll let it pass you by. And Pokey just his work ethic. The amount of he's not the biggest guy in the world, but when you look at how consistent he is of being at practice, of working to get better. He'll give everything that his body has to go out there and compete, and he's a great competitor. And I think you saw with a lot of really talented players that have come in around him. He still defined his role because of that work ethic. And there's a lot of guys that have been here since the beginning of this staff's arrival. And, guys like Pokey, guys like, you sit there and, Robert Cooper, that's my heart right there. Just being able to hug him after the game and, knowing that all that he's done. There's just so many stories like that with, players that have come in and guys that we've recruited that are very talented. But, they continue to push and have continued to improve, and I'm excited about where their future is going to take them.
All right, close that over here on the right.
Coach already talked about this a little bit, but I want to ask the players, how nice was it to see Ryan Fitzgerald get out there and get that kick to win the game after everything he's been through this season?
No, like I mentioned earlier, that was it was a special moment. You talk about response, you talk about growth, you talk about continuing to try to be the best that you can be. It doesn't mean it's always going to go your way on the journey, but sometimes the challenges are necessary. You gotta know what you can go through to be able to prove what you can get through. And Ryan has done that, and that was a big moment for him. It's one that it was a difference in the game, and just proud of him, proud of this team, and grateful for the opportunity that I have to be able to work side by side with him each day.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks.
Appreciate your time. We'll have a few more players in here before you hustle off, but we'll get a few more guys at the podium. We'll get your transcripts.
Let's talk about more plays.
I was talking that whole game.
All right.
Fish, they'll have players available outside the locker room.
Got a few more players joining us.
Give it a minute or so. I assume we're trying to get two more. Yes. Wait a minute and then we'll go. And more worry about it.
Old school. Old school bands. You staying tonight? You staying tonight? That's too bad. Enjoying my night. Sure you gonna leave? You better leave.
Hey, can you two slide in and you can move that chair. Let's move that chair down a little bit.
You waiting on somebody?
Here, guys.
We waiting on somebody?
All right. Well, we squeeze as many players as we can behind the podium. We want to get started? Okay. Yeah, if you have questions, we'll get started. First one I got back center here. Or, well, second one will be center.
Trayshawn. Man, after the year you've gone through and everything this program's been through, how sweet is this for you personally?
You know, when Norvell first got here, you know, we was 0-4 and all that, and we've been through the tough times. So, like, seeing this team being happy for the first time, getting, like, our conquer with 10 wins and stuff like that, it's just amazing. And it just brings us together, and the companies we got now, it's just remarkable now. So, like, you know, it's great to see that we being successful right now.
Johnny, on that last pass that you caught, can you kind of walk us through it? Did you know the ball was probably coming to you? The throw that Jordan made, and then I guess it looked, you know, Norvell called it hand fighting, like it was a physical catch that you made. Just kind of walk us through the play that you made there at the end.
Well, we ran the play earlier in the game, and it was open. And he actually asked me, he was like, "Is it open?" "Yes, it's open." So he ran it again. And it wasn't as open as it was last time, but he threw it anyways, and I expect him to throw it to me every time. Honestly, you have to. I mean, everyone does. So that was it. It was just the ball's in the air, and I just had to make the play. I knew, you know, the situation, and I tried to stiff arm him though and try to score, but I mean, I caught it. That's all that mattered.
Take Matt on the right, and then.
Yeah,
front.
this is for both you guys. You know, Jordan talked about the next chapter next year, you know, kind of coming back, working harder, trying to continue the progress you guys have made. How do you see this program evolving in the next year based on what you guys were able to do this year?
We could use this year as an example, you know, with the work we started with from January from last year, you know, it all built up to what we had this year. And it's just only going to get better from this point on, and we're just going to work even harder so we can get to that national championship.
We just getting started. That's it.
Right. Take one down in front here on the far right.
For you guys, we've talked about it a little bit this year. You know, for the game, for the last point to come from Ryan Fitzgerald, how satisfying was that to see, someone who's been through a lot this year and overcome a lot to be able to get you guys the win? How big was that for you guys?
It was very exciting for him to get that because, with this first part of the season, how it was going, he got a lot of get back with what missing he was doing and all that. But, I came to him the first time he missed the first field goal, and I told him we're going to get it back. And then when the game come to the end and whatnot, and it came come on him, he made it, and, we came victorious, and we couldn't have did it without him.
Take Ira on the right.
Jamie, could you talk about your performance tonight? I mean, you had, I think, 12 or 13 tackles, in on a couple sacks. Seemed like you were determined to make a statement tonight. Do you feel like you did that?
Jamie, why don't we slide that mic down for you? Thank you.
I just felt like Coach always put me in the best position. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always trust in him, and I just be committed to whatever they tell me to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm a team player, and I just be trying to be here for my teammates and just try to give them my all. I'm giving 110% every time I step on the field. So that's how I feel about my performance. I just do whatever coach calls. When I run a play, whatever play coach calls, I'm running it. You feel me? That's how I am. I'm a team guy, honestly.
Take one down in front here, and then another one from Matt on the right.
Johnny, I think you had almost as many receiving yards tonight as you did your entire Arizona State career. I guess what was that as the exclamation point of the season? I just don't know what's next for you, but just what did a game like that mean and a season like this as a whole mean? Just kind of where you are now as compared to a year from now or a year ago.
Honestly, I just feel like, it was just about time. Like, it was just all the work was going to pay off at some point. All these guys, we all worked so hard. We know what we put into this, and it's like you expect it. It's almost like you expect it to happen. You work so hard, you do it so much. You don't expect nothing, but the best of yourself, and that's just what we try to do every day. Is just be the best version of ourselves. So, just doing what I did tonight. It was just all for the team. I just knew I had to make the play. When it came to me, and that was that.
Take one from Matt over here and go back to Ira, and then we'll go to the back.
This one's for Jamie. Obviously, to make the decision to come and play, play in this bowl game and the performance you had tonight, does it justify your decision, and what does it mean to you?
I'm just trying to take a couple days off. See my New Year's. I'm gonna have a New Year's present for everybody. So, I appreciate Florida State for everything. Even if I leave or if I don't leave, I don't know yet. You feel me? I just take a couple days off, clear my mind, and talk with my brothers and talk with my parents and my family, and just see what's the best decision for me.
Go back to the left over here.
Johnny, Coach Venable said that they made a couple mistakes in coverage. They had a safety on you on a big play, and they gave you a lot of man coverage. When teams do that, do you kind of feel like challenged a little bit? And did you feel that tonight?
I don't know. It's like if you put your corners and and man against me, I just feel like your coach doesn't really respect you. That's all. So yeah.
That don't add up. It don't add up.
Man, 6'7".
It don't add up.
We'll go to the back.
If y'all don't mind, I got a question for each of you guys. If we can start with you, Trayshawn. Coach Johnson asked him about how do you keep 6 scholarship running backs happy. He's like, man, we're on fries. All we care about is what we do. Focus on your job. How hard was it to focus on your job maybe when you weren't getting the ball maybe as much as you wanted, and how fulfilling is it to perform in a stage like this to help your team out for a huge win?
I feel like, especially with my injury, being out there and, seeing all the boys going crazy when they was out there and having an opportunity, I was playing through them. So, I always stress it that, there's no selfishness in our room, and we want to go to the next level. All each other want to get to the next level. So, there's no reason for us to be selfish. And, Coach Norvell has a lot of guys that he was at Memphis with, that he had, some guys that was stacked room, and, they made it to the league. So, just got to trust the process, and, just got to be there for each other.
Jamie, would it feel like to see a guy like Duke, who's maybe had kind of an up and down season, deliver like maybe the biggest play of the game to turn the ball over?
Shoot, honestly, I feel like Duke, like you said, he faced a whole lot of adversity, and I feel like our whole room kind of be facing a whole lot of adversity, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of injuries be happening, but guys always step up, and I feel like we got a great group, you know what I'm saying? Like, last year, everybody was on us about the DBs being, like, iffy or whatever you can call it, but this year we put the critics, you know what I'm saying, in their place, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love Duke like he my real brother, you feel me? Like, he can call on me, I can call on him by anything, and he definitely stood up and he delivered, you know what I'm saying? And everybody, because earlier it's so crazy because we was on the sideline, I think we was in the covers and, you know, he probably might have made a mistake or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He kind of was down about it, but everybody telling him, bro, keep your head up. And so happenly, like, you seen it, late in the game, he made a play, and then you know how it be, everybody around him and, you know, celebrating with him, but we already knew what type of guy he was. Even last year when he was a freshman, he came in and played against Miami. He had probably one of the best games of his career versus Clemson. You know, he caught interception. You feel me? I know about my boys. You feel me? I love them boys, and you know what I'm saying. I appreciate what he did tonight for sure.
And for you, Johnny, I mean, you did a really good job just kind of like tuning out the noise. I know you're just focusing on this game and yourself. I mean, did you see this? Like, did you envision a night of this stature?
Every game, you know, I just want to do my job. It's never like, you know, I'm like fishing for stats. You know, I wanted to win. That was it. I just wanted to get that 10th win with these boys, and you know, I'm just so happy that, you know, we finally accomplished that. It was a long, you know, tough season, a lot of hard work we put into this season, and just to get that 10th win, you know, that was it. I was not trying to do, you know, anything past what, you know, I'm supposed to do. And I just had to do my job tonight, you know, when the opportunity came. That's that.
Do two more. We got one down here, and then we'll close on the.
All three of you have been here for different lengths of time, separate amount of years. That moment with Jazz at the end of the game when he got hurt, the way the team responded, the culture of this program, what's it like to see that? Trayshawn, you've been here for most of the transformation. Jamie, you've seen a bit more. And Johnny, you stepped into what was a pretty good culture already. What was that moment like encapsulating what this team is as a brotherhood?
That you just said it, brotherhood. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could say this is my best college year. Even though we won 10 games, that's the main reason. But I feel like we brothers now. Like Coach said earlier, like it ain't how it used to be. Like probably guys, you'll see guys in the locker room, in the hallway, y'all walking by each other. You probably not even gonna say what's up to them. You feel me? It used to be like that, but now like everybody's speaking, know everybody. You know what I'm saying? And it showed like the whole sideline got up on the field. You feel me? When he was getting carted off, it just showed that we got a brotherhood, and this definitely. I'm gonna remember this season for the rest of my life for sure.
Do one more on the left.
Trayshawn, the offense has had so much success this season. We only had like 11 points at halftime. What did you guys talk about at halftime? What do you think was the difference in the second half?
We kind of knew that we came out a little bit flat the first half, and when we got to the second half, we made a few adjustments and whatnot to what they were doing. They was giving us multiple looks that we didn't see, but we adjusted to it and we trusted each other and we just kept climbing. So, you know, we had built confidence with each other. We was speaking to each other and we just came out there and, you know, got the win. And with Jazz, you know, I felt like the game was already won once everybody started to rally up because that was never done. And, like, you know, that showed true brotherhood. So, like, we had to do it for him and the other boys that was hurting tonight.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate the time.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
All right, we'll turn around video and transcripts from this as quick as we can, get them out to you guys. They'll post the FTP before I send them to you, so you can keep an eye out there too, but we'll get them to you as soon as we can. And appreciate you guys.